gonna make $1 billion, and please cast me as Toad.
We have to fight Keegan-Michael Key for that. Welcome to Cassette, where you can eject wherever you want, but please don't forget to rewind. I'm Ethan.
I'm not even gonna attempt this. I'm Annmarie.
Oh, man, you probably clicked away at this point, but
We're still gonna record.
yeah. Cassette, where you can eject wherever you want, but please don't forget to rewind. Yeah, so guys, we just came out, if you couldn't tell by that absolutely wonderful intro, that we just saw. Annmarie, what did we just go see?
Super Mario Galaxy movie.
Wahoo!
Wahoo! Should I do my Toad impression?
All right, guys, cover your ears.
It's me, Toad. We gotta go save the princess.
Nailed it every time.
Oh, thank God.
Hall of Fame Toad impressions.
I want to state this right now, everyone. It's 2:14 a.m.
Yes.
We went to a midnight screening, which I'm very happy about. Very glad we went. Enjoyed it. So we're gonna be a little more silly during this review. That's the best way, right?
We're high on Mario right now, and in other words, we're high on mushrooms.
I knew there was a Toad in all of us.
Hi, YouTube. Get that one confused. Well, anyway, guys, you're here because it's a Super Mario Galaxy movie review, and we're here to talk about it. We just got out of it. Annmarie, like she said, it is the midnight premiere. There was an army and legion of Yoshi popcorn buckets that scalpers had yet to touch.
There was a
And
lot.
there were a lot, and still many left after we were leaving. So get yours now. Not sponsored. But, I'm so thankful to Annmarie. She is one that, isn't really as into the Mario universe as, I am. I guess, just I grew up with it more.
I
think
played it. Like,
Yeah.
I'm a killer at Mario Kart. I'm just saying that now. But
That's very valid.
my wheelhouse was more in the Lego games, so
Yeah, and I grew up with it. Like Mario, I grew up with specifically my first Mario game was Super Mario World on the Game Boy Advance, followed by me borrowing my brother's copy of Yoshi's Island on Game Boy Advance. So I've grown up with it ever since, and one of my favorite ones is in fact Super Mario Galaxy on the Wii. And man, the thing that really stuck out to me about that game was the symphonic score, the epicness, the cinematicness of such a game. I remember my mom walking in on us playing that game, and she was like, "Wow, you can actually have symphonic music in a video game? That's crazy." She obviously didn't play many video games at the time, but still, a reaction like that goes to show how awesome that game was. And so when they decided to make the sequel to the Mario Brothers movie be Mario Galaxy, I was hyped. And Annmarie, before I go into my thoughts, I want to hear your thoughts.
I will say I am so surprised that this came out only 3 years after the original one. Again, this is going to make $1 billion. Like, that's easy enough to say. I think this is a really enjoyable film. I love the little quirks that they have in there, the little hints to the game by the sound, the music. There is something special that they do in here at the end battle, which I thought was really cool. Again, you don't go into this film expecting an amazing Oscar-worthy story, but I had fun with it. Like, it brought back so much nostalgia and made me be like, wow, I really should crack open my Nintendo Switch and play Mario Kart again. So,
Yeah, I mean, honestly, this movie is filled with nostalgia. I mean, the guy sitting next to us kept fist bumping every time there was the tiniest little
excuse
Easter
me,
egg.
Ethan, you said that wrong. Fist my bum.
Oh.
Sorry, I'm still hyped up.
Ro- Coming off the other movie that's probably going to be going crazy the coming weekend, Project Hail Mary. Yes, they were fisting each other's bumps very much with every little Easter egg, and there were a great plenty of them throughout this film. I'm absolutely here for it. Again, like Annmarie said, you don't go to this movie for the story. You don't even go to a Mario game for the story. You go for it for epic, fun, a grand old time. And this was exactly that. I will say even though you don't go for the story, if you had to compare the first one to the second one, I would say the story in the first one is much more well balanced and is a much more cohesive storyline. This one did a lot more jumping around, and the pace was like dialed up to 11. honestly, the movie really flew by fast, like you were in one of those projectile stars. I forget what they're called, but being shot out into space, going on to the next one. There's just so much for every Mario fan, but it's just it goes by so fast. It's hard to really catch it all. I'm not sure if I even caught it all.
Yeah, I would love to go see it again because it's similar to, like, Ready Player One, where you catch all the Easter eggs the second time you watch it. I would love to go see it and watch it again because they really do I feel like they did a better job expanding the world in here. Obviously, we have the galaxy, Rosalina, all that, but they expand to where there was other characters that I remember, some from Super Smash Bros, and so I thought that was really cool too.
The whole thing there is, I mean, it's not a spoiler. They put in the marketing, a week or so ago, but Star Fox is in this movie, voiced
Glenn
by yes, the Glenn Powell. It's just a little fun Top Gun connection there with him playing Star Fox, another pilot, and it that was just a nice little connection. But I gotta say, casting him just again as a voice actor in this role, perfect.
I will say the casting overall is amazing. I gotta give a huge shout out to Brie Larson. She's been through the ringer and she's been dreaming about this role. She loves the Mario games. If you've seen her Instagram posts, she's so excited about this. I was disappointed though she isn't in it a lot, but what she is in it for, super excited. Of course, they're gonna make another sequel to this, and so I hope they expand her role even more in that.
Yeah, and honestly, I think there were a lot of points in this movie where they dedicated a lot of time just for the spectacle over the,
Mhm.
again, story, which again, that's to Mario's benefit, but I think here it was a little more noticeable. There's a specific sequence where revolving around a casino area, and it just felt like, oh, okay, like really cool and all that. I love all the references and where it's all going, but I'm like, it was much more noticeable where you're like, oh, this feels separate and doesn't feel like it feels more like a segue than it does, connecting to the main storyline that we have going on. Like the first one where, yes, it bounced around quite a bit, but you kind of felt like everything was part of the main storyline to get to that next building block, or pixel, I guess, in this case. And here it just felt like, no, we're going to go over here for a bit because it looks really cool. And I'm not going to complain too much about because the animation team went off in this movie.
They really did. This is so colorful, which I thought was super cool. Again, the story is very much like a video game story. You got to go here to get this thing to get this thing, so you can go get this thing. But again, I'm not expecting this great epic story. I still absolutely loved it. The sound, the music. We were talking about how they incorporated the music from the video game into the score, and as someone who loves music like
Mhm.
yourself, I'm sure you loved it,
Yes,
basically.
Brian Tyler, who does the score for this film and is experienced both in the video game world and in the film scoring world, he does a top notch. He returns from the first Mario Brothers movie and then comes back here and absolutely is a tour de force with using the previous, of course, songs that are established by, oh gosh, why am I blanking on his name? The original Mario composer, a lot of his iconic themes, but of course implements his own Mario theme that was he started in the first Mario movie. And the way that he pieces it all together is so well done, so smooth, so seamless that, it really does feel like its own Mario, like genuine Mario song. So it's just a great score, and there's a lot of Easter eggs you'll notice here and there. And Mario's Galaxy definitely has some of the most iconic Mario songs for something like a big screen spectacle. So I'm so happy that he was brought back and really understood the assignment and absolutely nailed it. Now, Amory, without giving away any spoilers, is there like a favorite Easter egg in this movie that you really liked?
It's not like really a well, it kinda is a Easter egg. There is something in the end battle that they do that I think is really creative with Bowser Jr., and I really like that. I think that's super cool. I'm super hopeful that we will get a sequel and it'll be Mario Super Smash because I love Smash Bros. I want to see Pikachu. I want to see Pikachu do his lightning bolt technique, the one that I always do, where it's like Pika, and I just want that so badly. I want that so bad.
Could you imagine if it was Ryan Reynolds, Detective Pikachu, like in the
They totally would get him too, honestly.
that'd be hilarious. It wouldn't be really on brand with, what they'd probably be going for in a Smash Bros.
No,
Movie, but
I want it.
yeah. I mean, honestly, with the characters they've already put in the marketing, thus far, you kind of know it's inbound. A Smash Bros. Movie is inbound. That's not this movie doesn't necessarily confirm it, but it says everything that would but that, you know what I mean?
I'll wait. I'll wait. I'll be patient. What about you? Did you have a favorite?
Gosh, there are so many of them, and like I said, the pacing of this movie is so crazy, my mind is still processing it all, but I really did like this there is a final sequence, during the final battle that I thought was a really iconic, classic throwback to the original Mario game,
Yeah.
and I thought that was awesome, so just top-notch work there, and all around, one shout out I wanna do for the voice cast is Ben Safdie. I thought he absolutely killed it as Bowser Jr.
Oh yeah.
Especially, funny enough, coming off of oh gosh, he's the Safdie brother that directed Smashing Machine, right? Or was that the other
I'm
Safdie
pretty
brother?
sure you're right. Yeah.
Yeah, so, really multifaceted fellow there with his talents, but man, he is such a great voice actor. I would not expect that voice to come out of that man. So, you know, absolutely props to him. I hope to see him doing more voice acting work. Not to say that that's like a step below, in camera acting, but at the same time, it's just like if you have a great talent, utilize it. So
I love it.
yeah, absolutely. Now, final question here, Anne-Marie. Do you believe this movie will make $1 billion like the first one did? And if it does, do you think it's going to make more or less than the first Mario Brothers movie?
I would completely dominate and make $1 billion faster than the first Mario movie will make $1 billion. Like this movie's gonna make so much money, and I think it's because of the sequel of it. It is a shorter movie, so it gets more runtime in the theaters, which I always think is super helpful. It's also coming to, it's coming after Project Hail Mary. People have seen that for a couple of weeks. I think people are looking for something new, and then this is like the perfect movie for them. So I think it'll make 1 billion. I think it's gonna make more than the first one too.
Yeah, I love a good weekend of Project Hail Mario. So,
Project Hail Mary.
yeah, so we love that.
I love that.
Yeah, no, I definitely think, especially after seeing this movie, it's gonna make 1 billion. There's no doubt in my mind about that, and I'm sure all those Yoshi popcorn buckets are gonna be filling the eBay in no time at all.
They're gonna fly off the shelf.
Yes, and absolutely another shout out to Donald Glover, who also played Yoshi.
He did?
Yeah, little
Oh,
childish Gambino playing Yoshi.
did not know that.
They're so good, such great voice acting all around. So can't get enough of it. Now, Amory, the true last question of the day. We gotta rate this thing.
Oh yeah.
So out of 10 Yoshi eggs, how many would you give this movie out of 10?
You know what? I didn't go into this movie expecting a great story. I went in to kind of reminded me of Mario Kart and the game I love. And of course, I'm the biggest Toad fan. I love Toad. Please cast me as one of the Toads next year. I would love that. So I'm gonna go with a simple 7 out of 10. I think it's a fun movie. I did enjoy it as much as the first one. I would have to think a little bit more if I would put this one over the first one, but I enjoyed it and I think it's going to make $1 billion and please cast me as Toad.
We have to fight Keegan Michael Key for that.
We can do a duo. I can be Toadette. Oh,
Oh.
I want that.
Yes. You hear that, Miyamoto? You hear that?
It's me, Toadette.
What a beautiful voice.
Thank you.
No, I got to give this one a 9 out of 10 because I think this one delivers exactly what it needs to. Again, my only critique really is that it really was a lot more noticeable for when it did go on those little tangents and it was like, "Oh, it could have been implemented a little more seamlessly into the storyline." rather than just, hey, we're going to go over here and do this thing for a bit.
Mhm.
But, you know, again, that might be part of the spirit of Mario of like, hey, we're going to do this little shortcut here and then go back, like a little bonus level, then come back to the main quest and go forward. Maybe that was the mentality. If so, that's great. I think in movie format, it just might not translate the same.
Yeah.
But either way, Mario movies are about the spectacle and the fun of it all and carrying on the spirit of what Mario's all about. So, did deliver that? Absolutely. So, I gotta give this one a 9 out of 10.
I love it.
So, good old 9 out of 10 Yoshi eggs, and we got plenty of Yoshi eggs all around again at your local AMC where we're currently at. We definitely saw plenty of Yoshi eggs, so again, get your hands on them because they are really cool. Too expensive for my blood, but
Ethan's doing the marketing.
yes, well, because it's so cute and adorable. I'm not gonna let my boy Yoshi down. But anyway, guys, the Super Mario Galaxy movie is now out. We want to know what you guys think about. We let you know our thoughts, but definitely let us know your thoughts. Are you excited for it? Have you seen it yet? Are you planning to go see it yet? Are you going to do a Project Hail Mario? Whatever you're thinking, let us know your takes on our tapes in those comments down below. And with that, Emery, I think that about does it for us.
I was gonna try to do the Toad voice. Let me try. Let's
Oh, I love it. All right, guys. So thank you for joining us again on another episode of Cassette Take. We hope you haven't ejected thus far into the podcast, but we do hope that you guys are going to hit like, doing the comments, doing the subscribing, all the classic YouTube vernacular. But most importantly, we hope you don't forget to rewind. I've been Ethan,
I'm an Annmarie.
and thank you very much for playing our game.
Good night.